Hello and welcome back to day 22 of Financial Literacy Month. So today we'll be talking about loyalty cards. Now, a lot of people use them, whereas a few people may think, oh, why do we need to use them? We're only going to gain 1 point here and there per pound or penny. Well, you know, after time, this can accumulate to a lot of points, which can also be converted into a lot of money. So, a lot of people may not realize that loyalty cards not only save you money from your shopping, but you can actually convert them into vouchers and cash to buy other things in the store that you may need. So, for example, if you're saving up for something and it's taking you a while, and you had loads of loyalty points on your loyalty card, then you can use that to give yourself a discount off of what you would have paid. Also, if you are using different loyalty cards from different stores, you can collect those. And sometimes, well, especially since lockdown, you have this thing where loyalty cards give you certain prices that you'll be paying, certain discounted prices. So, for example, you could get a pack of onions and they're normally, I don't know, £1.20. But if you have your loyalty card, for example, if you shop in like Tesco, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, and all the other ones, there's so many of them. You will have your loyalty card and you'll have the normal price, Aldi as well, for example. And with the loyalty card, you'll have your loyalty price, which is generally a lot cheaper. But yes, always bring your loyalty card with you. Also, other stores such as Superdrug and Boots do these, so you can collect points. And if you're someone who likes to buy toiletries often, then you can use your points to get some discounts. So always make sure you apply for these loyalty points because you never know what discounts you will miss out on. In addition to that, they sometimes give you freebies and offers to other items in the store. So always think about that. Hello and welcome to day 23 of Financial Literacy Month. So if you haven't already, please like, share this video to someone who may find it useful and give us a follow. So today we're talking about tax codes. Now tax codes can be a bit interesting to talk about because getting them resolved can be quite challenging, especially when calling the likes of HMRC. So we have a few tips for you. So when you get a new job, please make sure you have checked your tax code. Now there is a period of 5 weeks where you can't really do much about it, so you have to wait till you've worked those 5 weeks, and then what you should do is call up HMRC to make sure you do have the right tax code and that you are paying the correct amount. Furthermore, throughout your time in your job, always make sure that you have a look at your tax code because sometimes these can be changed without our consent. Now, this has happened a number of times to a lot of people. So, for example, you could have it changed to something like 600T and you will be paid a lot less than you are expecting to. So, if you haven't checked that tax code before the cut off for payroll, then you will be paid a certain amount that you may not be happy with. So always keep an eye on your tax codes. Another thing is when you're calling HMRC, make sure to call them at times when not many people are likely to be on the phone. So for example, times when people are at work and in the daytime. So for example, between 11 and before lunch. I know that's a short window, but you can also try again after lunch and before everyone finishes at work. So those times are usually the quieter times. You can get through to them within an hour. I don't know, within an hour, it could be 30 minutes sometimes. So keep note of that, and hopefully you'll have a better experience when resolving your tax codes. Hello and welcome back to another video from Finance Victory. Today we are on day 24 of Financial Literacy Month and we will be talking about planting seeds. So if you haven't already, please like, give us a follow and share this video to someone who may find it useful. So planting seeds can help you save tons of money. So you can plant seeds in the form of vegetables and fruits, and you can incorporate this into your balanced diet. Type of fruits you could plant maybe could be like strawberries, plums, and you can do vegetables such as pumpkin, lettuce, kale, spring onions, and many more. If you have a balcony or if you have access to a small garden, you can buy some small pots and some big pots, and you can spread the seeds across these pots and buy some compost, preferably all purpose compost, in a big packaging so that it can last you for about a year or so, depending on your usage, really. And this will ultimately save you money from going to the shops and buying fruits and veg. But of course, you've got to look after them, you've got to water your crops, and you've got to make sure that they're not too overheated and they're not too dehydrated. So have a go and see if you can grow some of these plants. Hello and welcome back to another video from Finance Victory. We are on day 25 of Financial Literacy Month. If you haven't already, please like the video, share it with someone who may find it useful, and give us a follow. So, we'll be talking about savings as a student. So, students are known to waste a lot of money. Now, back in the day, as in like 10, 20 years ago, students were given grants. University was free a long time ago, say in the early 90s, correct me if I'm wrong, but let's say a lot of our parents could go to uni for free. Somewhere down the line, they added some fees. Now, these fees have gone from being 3 grand to then 9 grand. So you have the Plan 1 people who were paying 3.5k a year, and then after 2011, you had the Plan 2 people paying the 9 grand. So, throughout this time, a lot of students have been given grants, lots and lots of free money, bursaries from the unis, grants from student finance. Now, we must have got a lot of money, going up into the thousands. But what did we do with the money? Did we ever think, okay, so we need to save this for the future? Or did some of us think, okay, let's have a party, let's go out clubbing, let's spend it on some alcohol. Now, we all know some students who as soon as they got their maintenance loan, they blew it in the first week. Now, there were also some students who thought, no, if we're getting all this money, we're not going to be silly. So we need equipment such as laptops. We may need a mobile phone. We may even need to buy food. So if you're a student and you still are entitled to grants, please take care with them. Make sure you invest in your grants. Make sure you take the money and you invest it in things such as a laptop, iPad, a tablet, anything that you may find useful and you may need for actual university studies. If you have any more money left over, then you should take the money and invest it in a savings account with interest or no interest. It's up to you. But make sure you take some of the money from the bursaries and the grants and put it in the savings account so that you have something to, remind yourself of uni. And if, say, you want to do some driving lessons in the future, you want to move out, you want to travel, you have that chunk of money that you can take and use to invest in those things. So students, remember, don't waste the money that's been given to you. Use it wisely. Hello and welcome back to day 26 of Financial Literacy Month. If you haven't already, please give a like, share the video to someone who may find it useful, and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to watch us and follow and learn more about financial literacy. So, today we'll be talking about fixed rates, as in fixed rate mortgages. So, there are 3 different types of payments for mortgages. You can have fixed rate, variable, and tracker. But today we'll be focusing on fixed rates. Now, a disclaimer. Please seek advice from a mortgage advisor who is able to guide you more in depth on what you need to achieve when paying for a mortgage. Now, at Finance Victory, we can just suggest things that may be of use to you. So, fixed rates, they come in 2 years, 5 years, and potentially 10 years. Now, if you're on a scheme in the UK, such as shared ownership, help to buy, etc., you're likely to have the choice between 2 or 5 years. So, at Finance Victory, we can only suggest that going on a fixed rate is a good thing, simply because you will know exactly what is coming out of your bank each month. If you go on a variable rate, you're not entirely sure what you could be paying the following month because it could be dependent on the interest rates and etc. So with a fixed rate, you'll know exactly what it is. So if you're locked in for 2 years, you'll be paying, for example, you may be fixed in with £300 a month, you'll be paying £300 every month for the next 2 years. If you've been locked in for 5 years, you'll be paying that £300 a month for the next 5 years, and so on. And this is until your fixed rate ends. If your fixed rate ends and you're not happy with what you're seeing at the moment, then you're happy to wait until it potentially drops and you may have a better offer. Or if you want to go on a variable or tracker rate, that is entirely up to you. But never let anyone or anything force you into anything, but also do your research and have a good think on what you want to do when it comes to mortgages. Hello and welcome back to another video from Finance Fixture. If you haven't already, please like, share this video to someone who may need it, and give us a follow because we are doing Financial Literacy Month and there may be some things that you never knew. So today we're talking about building credit. Building credit can be in the form of many things, but today we're talking about credit cards. So credit cards, they shouldn't be things that you should rely on solely to pay for everything. However, they can help you. They can help you build credit. So for example, if you're moving house, you've gone through the exchange process and now you've completed and you've basically run out of cash. But you've spent so much money on buying this new property. The moving costs, the solicitor's fees, the stamp duty, it's a lot. But then you still have furniture that you need to buy. How are you going to get the furniture? Now, there is a way. So, you can take out a credit card, but the idea is that you take one out that is interest free. You are not trying to spend so much money each month that means you're paying for interest and other costs that are not necessary. So providing that you have a job lined up, you can take out a credit card to solely pay for these things and then make sure you pay more than the minimum each month for the things that you've purchased. And so your credit will build up slowly and then you can, if you're lucky, you can get a 999 score. But that's just one of the ways. So follow Finance Victory to find out more ways to build credit. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to another video from Finance Fixture. We are on day 28 of Financial Literacy Month. So yes, we're almost coming to an end. If you haven't already, please give a like, follow and share this video with someone who may find this interesting and useful to them. So today we'll be talking about annual payments. So annual payments can help you save a lot of money. For example, if you're taking out cover on electrical appliances, for example, a washing machine, dishwasher, and cooker, etc., all of those kind of home appliances. So if you buy them when you move into your new home, or if you're lucky, you are given them when you move into a new home under a scheme such as shared ownership or help to buy, you'll get these free appliances. So once the annual warranty has expired, then you have the chance to pay for a 2-year cover, or 3-year cover, or 5 years, etc. You have the option to do it annually, or you can do it through direct debit. If you do it annually, then you will save money. Examples where you can have annual insurance, where you just pay the whole thing up front, are home insurance, car insurance, and travel. So if you pay these up front all at one go, you will save a bit of money. Alternatively, you can pay this through direct debit, and then it can be a little bit higher. But of course, do what you feel is necessary for you. We have previously made videos on the likes of council tax. If you're lucky, you can just pay this annually. Now, this is not as cheap as paying for home insurance or car insurance and travel insurance, etc. But it'll be one less thing to pay for each month. Thank you for watching.